Hello. So this module called Language School Management is helpful in managing the language institute or maybe a language school where users can add a class for languages. They can create lessons and assign it to students who are enrolled in a particular class, and that too on a repeat basis. And it also allows to manage timetable and also invoice the students based on the lessons that they have attended. So let's see how this works. So we have a new module over here called language school. We will go to language school and this is how it will look like. So here you can create classes. So let's first create a new class. Let's say it's a Spanish class. So I can add Spanish class, or maybe you can also add what particular this class is going to teach. So you can add alphabets. That is something I'm adding. That is something my first lesson would be. Here you can add the period from when and when. So let's say I'm adding this much. Okay, let's keep the short period of time. So it's 1 August to 9th August, that is today. So I will add this, and here you can add services. So once we add the details, I'll also show you how you can add the services and other details. So here you have created the class. I will also add the teacher. Now till here, let's save this. Now we will learn to create the services and the lessons. For that we need to also create students because we are going to assign lessons to particular students. So let's see first how we can create services. So for that I need to go to services. Here you can see you have multiple menus. So here you have the service menu where you can create services. So if I want to create a service, it will look something like the product form only. So let's say I want to create a Spanish classes service. So Spanish classes, it would be a service and how much it will cost me, let's say 6,000 rupees. So I will add the amount and I will save this. So here you can see my Spanish classes particular service has been created. Now let's go back to classes. Here and now I can add that Spanish class. Okay. You can create multiple services based on languages or maybe based on any kind of service that you're providing. Once that is done, you can save this. Now, all these details, the other details like the student, the lesson names will appear once you add the lessons. Before that, let's see if we want to give these classes on daily basis, weekly basis, or monthly basis. So if I want to give these classes on weekly basis, let's say I want to give this only on Fridays. So I will enable that option. Let's say I want to keep this daily because we have a short period of time. So I'll keep this daily and I will save this. So once that is done, I will add the lesson. So for that, you need to click on add a lesson. Now this is the class name and first here you have to add the lesson. Before adding the lessons, you have to make sure that the student has been selected. Okay. So now first add a line and click on students that you want. So right now we do not have any students. So let's create a new student directly from here. So let's say my student's name is John. Sorry, he's male, and I will save this. So here we have John for this particular Spanish class that will teach you alphabets. And now I will click on add a lesson. So here you can see our daily lessons has been added automatically from 1st of August to 9th of August. So we have one class every day. Here you can add more lessons as well. So if I want to click on maybe different student, I can add different students. Let's say I'm adding Emma. I will add that, add a lesson. So here you can see Emma has been added and now Emma has all this lessons. So you can add lessons for students directly from here. Now let's go to lessons to the menu option. So if I go to lessons, you can see the lessons has been already reflected under the lessons menu. So if I click on any of those lessons, this is how it will look like. So here you can see the period. Here you can see the teacher and the student, and you can click on start to start this particular lesson. So you will be able to see all the lessons that you're creating for individual students under the lessons options. If you want to create your particular lessons that is not related anywhere to the class, you can create a new lesson directly from here as well. So maybe let's say there's an extra class particularly for one day only. Let's say it's just for one day. It's for the teacher is Mitchell and the student is just Emma. So you can create an extra class lesson for Emma directly from here, which will be visible here. Now, these are the classes that are associated with the class that you are generating. So this class lessons will be visible under lessons. If you want to create individual lessons, you can always use these options and create your individual lessons over here as well for your individual students. So you can add multiple students over here as well. You can see here you can add the services like I mentioned before, and you can save this and you can start from here as well. So you can create your individual lessons, and these are the lessons that are associated with the classes that you have created. So if you want the students details and teachers details, you'll be able to find the students details here. You can create new students directly from here. You can add their name, emergency contact, their gender, addresses, country, language, everything else. And this underneath called student lesson, and the attendance will be filled automatically as you start your lessons with the student. So here you can create your new students and add the students. Here under teachers, you'll be able to see all the teachers that are there in your institute or school teaching languages. You can always create the new teachers by clicking on the new button. This is like the employee Odoo default module that we have. You can add the details of the employee, the teacher, the work addresses, private informations, and HR settings are visible over here. So you can create employees or the teachers directly from here. Here, as I mentioned earlier, you can add this your services, what kind of services you provide. And here under student attendance, you'll be able to see all the attendance of the students. And here under reports, you'll be able to see the language class reports, which we will see later. So now first, let's start one of the lessons. So if I go to lessons, this is one of the lesson that I'm starting. So I will click on that and I will click on the start button. So once the lesson is started, you can see the student's name has appeared and their attendance has appeared over here as well. You can also mark him or her absent if that's required. And once your class has been finished, you can complete this. Once that is completed, you will be able to create an invoice for that particular student as well. So if I click on classes now, let's go to classes. You can also start your class directly from here. So you can start the class from here. Once you start the class from here, you can complete this class and then you can create the invoice. So if I complete this task, I have this option to create an invoice. So if I click on invoice, you can see one invoice smart tab has appeared over here. I will click on that and you can see one invoice has been generated in the name of Emma because Emma is the student who is taking that particular class. So here you can see one classes of Spanish class alphabets for Emma, that is the price of 6,000. So you can then confirm this and register the payment and it will be registered for that particular amount for one classes of Spanish class. So accordingly, you can create multiple classes. This is just a general example that it's a Spanish class. It could be a very small class where you're just teaching them pronunciations or maybe any particular words or sentences, and then you can add their individual students and start the class from here as well. So there can be n number of classes. You have different views over here as well. This is the Kanban view. This is the list view that we have here. So you can create as many classes as you want and you can change the view from here as well. Now let's see how it looks in the reports. So if I click on reports, I can go to language class reports. Here I can add the start date and the end date for the report. I can add the classes type, started, completed, or both started and completed. So if I click on completed, I have this one particular class. I can add the attendance as well if I want to see the attendance. And I can print this and it will take me to the calendar view. So here you can see that this particular task, we can see, this is the one particular class that Emma has attended, that is the Spanish class, and you can see the details over here. As you can see the attendance here as well. So if I remove the attendance, I'll be able to see only the ones that are present. So we do not have any other class here, so it's not available. If I enable this option of present, I'll be able to see the class attended by Emma. So I can also check the reports directly from here as well. So I hope this application was helpful to you. If you have any queries, please leave your questions in the comment section below and we will get back to you with an answer. Also, do not forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Until then, thank you.